The Real Housewives of Potomac recap: Petty is as Petty does. Have there ever been more frivolous fights on The Real Housewives of Potomac than the ones we witnessed tonight? Okay, Season 1 had its moments, but the ladies were new to reality TV and could be forgiven for rookie mistakes. But several scenes tonight top my list of stupid stuff to fight about. Gisele Bryant and Robin Dixon are on a mission to deliver a message to Karen Huger. I'm not sure exactly what their message is other than Robin wants to say liar, liar, pants on fire, and Gisele wants to see Karen embarrassed. I'm getting deja vu from last year when the Green-Eyed Bandits crashed into Oz while Ashley Darby was working and Robin came at her, finger in face, screaming that Ashley needed to stop talking about Juan. Someone else Gisele wants to see is Kendall, Sherman's ex-wife. Gisele says she's a horseface. Geez, really? They make a beeline straight to Karen and tell her they want a few words with her. She tells them they can talk after dinner but leave her alone now. They refuse to back down, but Karen is no shrinking violet. She immediately calls security and has them hauled out of the event. Their behavior is childish and makes them look bad, not Karen. She may deserve a tongue lashing, but this just gives her the high road. Security escorts the riffraff to the street, and Charis Jackson and Ashley follow. Gisele gives them her side of the story, but Cha sees right through it. She thinks Robin allows Gisele to take her down a few levels. Inside, Carson Kressley is giving us some much-needed comic relief as Master of Ceremonies. Back outside, Charis apologizes once again for missing Robin's empowerment summit. Please make this stop. Robin still won't forgive her and we will still be subjected to this absurd, asinine fight forever, or at least until someone makes an offhand remark about her relationship with Juan. Cha has had enough too, and she takes off with her date back into the event. The rest of the night is drama-free except for a shady moment when Michael calls Karen's business icon and he isn't about to write a check that he suspects will be going towards Karen's newest mansion. The next day Candiace Dillard and her fiancé, Chris, are trying to figure out how they're going to pay for the extravaganza wedding she's planning. Chris' suggestion is to cut back on guests and decorations like trees. Oh Chris, do you even know the woman you're marrying? Candiace's solution is to call her Dr. Dad. First, she makes sure she looks cute and smiles prettily for the conversation. She dives in and asks for more money. His response is a flat-out no. Her face falls and there's no more pretending to be sweet. She hangs up the phone and Chris tries to explain the whole concept of a budget which only serves to annoy her. Ashley feels like she needs some guidance on her problems with Michael, so she calls her uncle, who is recently in cancer remission and has become someone who tells it like it is. Ashley tells him about their fight about having children and Michael saying he's concerned she'd be just as bad a mom as her mom was. The uncle lives up to his reputation and tells Ashley that Mike is full of shit and just wants a trophy wife. Ashley asks him if she should just wait until he wants a kid, but her uncle doesn't think he'll ever want one. Ashley is heartbroken. Why didn't Michael tell her this before they got married? Obviously, Michael doesn't want to start over again, and Ashley isn't going to stay in the marriage if she can't be a mom. It seems the housewives have officially separated into teams. Team Giselle, Robin and Ashley, are working out on mini tramps and Team Karen, Monique and Candiace, are with the trainer. They all talk a lot about Karen's party, but there's really only one thing to remember: Oh Huger isn't even a 501c. The producer asks Karen in her talking head how much did she donate after the event. Answer: it was very successful, and she won't ever say how much was given. Want to know? Look it up. Here are just a few of the adjectives I've thought of to describe this: evasive, deceitful, underhanded, crooked, and feel free to add to the list. Karen, stop playing games and tell us what is up with this charity. Later Candiace goes to Oz to have drinks with Ashley. Candiace tends to be an airhead, but she's spot on when she says that Ashley changes into a mean girl when she's with the green-eyed bandits. However, one-on-one Ashley is pretty cool. Candiace complains about the wedding and all the fighting she and Chris are doing over budgets. Ashley tells her to focus on the fun, not the flowers or perfection, because people will remember the fun. Candiace, however, just wants all the pretty things, so she's not convinced. Ashley says that marriage is a process and admits that she and Michael are really struggling. She lays out the fight they had about kids. Candiace replies that it isn't fair to blame Ashley for her bad mom and maybe he just doesn't want any more kids, period. They both are making sense and too bad they can't swap bodies in a Housewives/Freaky Friday crossover and fix the other's problems. How many times does a friend have to apologize to Robin before they are finally off the hook? Apparently, the answer isn't 5 because Charles meets Robin for lunch and right off the bat apologizes again for not being at Robin's event. This is the low-budget version of Groundhog Day where Charles is being forced to repeat the same conversation over and over and please and someone, anyone, make it stop. Eager to stir the pot, Robin asks Cha how she feels about Monique calling Cha's friends and inviting them to her events. Wait, and what's this? An opening for Charles to focus attention on someone else and end her apology tour? Why no, she's not happy with Monique now that you mention it. In fact, they hardly talk these days. She looks to Robin to see if she's on the right track. Robin's smiling, so yes, she's making progress. She's going for it and now she's mad at Monique. Robin says Monique is thirsty to become a social climber. Suddenly, Charles's eyes are wide open when it comes to Monique the friend poacher.